Poop Johnson. You know him? Well, he's just a guy, but he's also former UK player CJ Johnson. Well, he once did an interview with WLEX where he said that he pooped 5 times a day. Now he's actually going by Poop, and he signed with the Toronto Argonauts, and the official press release said, Poop Johnson. Do you like the idea of a former cat changing his name to Poop?
Yeah, we talked about this. We know a booger. We know a punk. I don't know if I'd go by Poop, but if he wants to go by Poop, let him go by Poop.
I'm certainly not buying or purchasing Poop, but I will also say that as far as a name, it actually makes some sense. Like, we're talking about him now. We wouldn't have otherwise.
Right. We would not have talked about it if he was just CJ Johnson. He goes by Poop Johnson. We're talking about Poop.
I go. Thank you very much, CJ. He's actually a really funny dude. I hope the Poop works out for you. Now, Rivals.com, that's a website that ranks football players, has some egg on their face because it came out that one player they ranked as a 3-star does not exist. A man with a Twitter account made up a recruit. He made up his name. He put a picture of somebody else on there, and every day would say, I got an offer from Ohio State, got an offer from Alabama, and Rivals ended up doing a profile of him and saying he was good and even giving him attributes when he doesn't even exist. What do you make of this?
It just goes to show you, these recruiting analysts, they can't see all these kids, especially in football. In basketball, they probably can. Man, there's just too many kids that play football. Maybe the 5-stars they can keep up with, but these kids that play in schools like where we are in Bardstown and maybe Paintsville, they can't keep up with them. They can't see all these kids.
Tennessee's been so bad in football, they should try to get this non-existent kid because I guarantee you he's better than a lot of the people they've had. Now, when you're in Bardstown, you can't help but talk about bourbon, but unfortunately for the Kentucky bourbon industry, some bad news. The tariffs that started last year are hurting the exporting of bourbon. Bourbon exports were way down across the world because of the higher tariffs, and bourbon industry folks, Ryan, hope this ends.
Yeah, not a good news for especially like Bardstown. When the bourbon industry has been such a boom and on the rise, you don't want to see a news story like this come along, maybe hurt the industry a little bit.
Yeah, these tariffs are a bad idea. They were part of the Trump's economic plan. Needs to change. It hurts Kentucky more than it helps it. Helps a little bit with steel, but really hurts with bourbon. Now in Eastern Kentucky, some sad news. God's Closet is an organization that exists to help give clothing to people who cannot afford it. And they also collect prom dresses for students that maybe are not able to purchase prom dresses. But a couple of yokels went and stole a number of prom dresses from God's Closet, which will hurt their ability to give them out this year. How mad does this make you?
This is the worst story of the day. This story makes me so mad. These two guys stealing. This couple is so nice. Get these prom dresses for these young girls who can't afford it, collect them all year long, and these two yahoots go in and steal them. This one really ticks me off.
Yeah, it makes me mad too. Look, people who do things for the less fortunate, to steal from them,
yes,
that is the lowest of the low. Now, a funny Valentine's Day story to finish. In Ohio County, a man asked his wife what she liked the most, and she said she liked tulips. So he went out and tried to buy her what she wanted. But unfortunately, he heard her wrong and thought she said she liked turnips. So he came home on Valentine's Day with a big grouping of turnips, and his wife was, well, disappointed.
I love this story, but it sounds like something I would do.
It does.
I can't laugh too much because it sounds like the mistake that I would make. Plant turnips instead of tulips. You got to laugh at this story, man.
There's nothing I hate more than turnips. And the idea that you would bring your wife a big old wad of turnips instead of tulips, that does make me laugh. He eventually got the tulips, by the way.